Hey, fourth grade, let's take a break from the text and start to see what the commentaries have to say in this edition of Comcast. In Pasuk Vav, the brothers try to convince Yaakov that Yosef is still alive, but Yaakov doesn't believe them at all. Vayafag libo ki lo ha'emin lahem. He doesn't trust them at all. But in Pasuk Zayin, at the end of that Pasuk, Yaakov suddenly believes them. Vatachi ruach Yaakov avihem. Yaakov's spirits are lifted, he's excited, he's happy, and he believes that Yosef is now alive. Well, what changed from the before, in Pasuk Chavav, to the after, in Pasuk Chav Zayin? Before he didn't believe them, now he does. What changed? The wagons. Vayaret ha'agalot. Yaakov sees the wagons and then believes that Yosef is alive. What is it about these wagons that made Yaakov suddenly believe the brothers that Yosef was indeed alive? Let's start by looking at the word for wagon. Agalah is the Hebrew word that means wagon, but if you change the vowels of agalah, you get a totally different word. Egla, which is the word for calf, like Egel HaZahav. These two concepts, a wagon and a calf, are actually related, says Rashi. One commentary that will help us understand what these wagons did to Yaakov. Rashi says that Yosef was trying to send Yaakov a secret message with these wagons. By sending him wagons, agalah, he wanted Yaakov to appreciate eglah, a calf. Well, what was so significant about an eglah that Yosef wanted Yaakov to think about it? Because this topic, eglah arufa, which we'll discuss some more in class, it has to do with a calf, was the last topic that Yaakov and Yosef were studying before Yosef was sold into slavery by his brothers. By sending the wagons, says Rashi, Yaakov was receiving a secret code from Yosef, that Yosef wanted to remind Yaakov of something that only he would be able to know. Only Yosef knew that this was the last topic they were studying together, and so by sending him a secret message, hidden in the wagons, so to speak, Yosef was convincing Yaakov that he really was alive. And that's why Yaakov, when he sees the wagons, understands the code of agalah equals eglah and believes that Yosef is alive. Rashbam, Rashi's grandson, has a totally different understanding. He says, it's very hard to believe that there could be some secret code here. Rather, what was it? The wagons had the seal of Paro on them. It had the Egyptian seal. Now, only someone who actually had power to send those kinds of wagons would be able to send wagons with an official seal. It had to be that someone like Yosef, who was as powerful as the brothers were telling Yaakov that he was. Yaakov, you would not believe it. Yosef is now the second most powerful man in Egypt. Well, someone who is the second most powerful man in Egypt would have the ability to send those kinds of wagons with the official seal. So when Yaakov sees those wagons, he realizes that, hey, maybe the brothers are telling me the truth, because only someone like Yosef, who is an Egyptian royal, would have the power and authority to send wagons with an official Egyptian seal.